Alright, what's up everyone? It's time for another episode of the Jiggee Jon Show. And I have a great guest coming on the show right now. I'm about to pick her up. I'm here in Kuala Lumpur. And, oh my god, somebody is blocking my car. I am going to just do one stunt here. And, that's a lot of traffic here. Let me move. Hold on. She's coming. Okay. She's about to enter the car. And here she comes. We have, ladies and gentlemen, the queen of comedy right here in Malaysia. It is Joanne Kam.
Hi. Wait. See, I'm too short for this.
Oh my god. Yes, she's here. Strap in.
Okay.
Because if not, I go very fast, then you go through the window.
No worries. Hey, this car look like Fast and Furious.
A bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is Joanne Kam. Yeah, so today she's not coming in anybody's face.
Not yet. It's too early lah, Jiggee. So early you talk about Kam already. Cannot.
Of course. With a surname like that, what do you expect?
I know, I've used it to my fullest potential.
I know. To the point your daughter also can ride off the fame now.
Yeah, cannot. Yeah, can lah.
A bit lah.
She's very different from me though.
I know, but her friends are sharing your video and all that.
I know. They shared my video, y'all. They shared the Tetek video. The one with the amber chair and all that. And then I was like, oh my god. They're all 14, so let them
really?
Yeah, so all teenagers all can understand already lah.
Wow. Okay, so the reason I brought you on the show, Joanne, everybody has known you for, I have known you for about 20 odd years, or just slightly below that lah, when I started out. But I want to go and do backstory digging lah.
Of course.
Who wants to talk about all your ongoing shenanigans, because the whole world knows about that?
It's so bad just because I put Facebook updates, okay?
No, it's not that. What I'm saying is the whole purpose of my show is for me to get into the behind scenes of people and their story. I'm a storyteller.
No, of course.
My podcast is all about telling stories. So how in the world did you jump on the comedy bandwagon? Or let's go back to, because I just recently, a little bird whispered in my ear how you started your career.
Yep.
So tell me how it all began.
Okay, first up, I've been doing comedy for, counting this year, 28 years.
Walao eh.
28 years, huh?
Yeah. Sifu!
I know, see, I'm still so young. My bomo's still very quiet, you know.
Oh,
you wouldn't believe. Yeah. No. Above Rosmama. So, a lot of people didn't know that I started in Singapore in this little theme park called Harper Villa.
Wow.
And that is also the theme park where I met Gurmit Singh.
Oh, wow.
I met Kumar. We were all performers in this theme park. I was the token matchmaker, and I'll be on the street. So like if you go to Disneyland, there'll be like Mickey Mouse, the princess, and also so we like that. But except because it was a Chinese mythology park,
right?
Everyone has to dress like Chinese mythology characters.
Oh wow!
So my character was called Jia Sanku.
Okay.
All right, Jia Sanku, which means third auntie. So you know the matchmaker in Mulan.
Okay.
That was it.
Oh
that
my
was
god.
Like that. It was because in olden China,
right?
You need matchmaker to pair people up.
Wow.
Families don't go to families.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens in the Indian community too.
So it's the same thing. This was way before Mulan came about.
Wow.
So there is an actual character in old ancient China, the matchmaker who matchmake everyone.
Okay.
So my job was to go to people lining up in the hot sun when they're going to take like the boat ride or the whatever waterfall ride, whatever lah. And of course in the Singapore heat, all right, as you're waiting, you get aggravated. So my job is basically to entertain them. So just like when you were a clown like donkey years ago,
of course,
I was the clown lah. I will go up to people. I'm like, hey, you look handsome. Why are you alone? Let me matchmake you with this girl.
Wow.
And then I have a handkerchief because that's my thing, right? And then I'll just pretend to marry two strangers. It's basically just a pocket of 5-10 minutes entertainment.
Understand.
So that people can forget that they're lining up in this hot sun.
But how did you get to Singapore? I mean, but you're from Penang, no?
I was in JB at that time. We all moved back to Johor, and then I took the bus. I went for two job interview. One was an audition for Happar Villa as a performer. One was for nurse lah, Singapore. Yes, because my mom wanted me to be a Singapore PR. She wanted me to be a nurse. She said, if you're a nurse, you can go anywhere and work, which is true.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
You'll be able to eventually find a doctor as a husband. You know all these mother's theories, right?
Oh my lord! Okay, so from can you imagine?
I was a clinic nurse before that.
But look at that! You used to prescribe medicine. Now you prescribe humor.
Yes.
Okay, what?
I still take the drugs, but it's different kind of drugs lah. I mean like medicine. Yeah. I still know what the doctor give me because I have to read doctor's writing.
Of course. Wow. So you ended up. Is that how you would say you began in like entertainment and showbiz?
Yes, Happar Villa was the catalyst to everything else.
Oh wow.
After being in Happar for 2 years, Kumar left first.
Okay.
You know, Kumar's story is like he's supposed to be this rich guy mentioned, but he's Indian, right?
Right.
So when all the China tourists are saying, "Hey, why you are in Chinese theme park? You are black." You know what of his theories is, I was born at night. And this is what happened. And then another time, because there was several what do you call these characters that they play.
Okay.
So he would switch from there to another old man storyteller.
Okay.
And again, people will ask, I sometimes think China people they're just very blatant. Like, why you duck? Why you in Chinese theme park?
Right.
Yeah. So after that, he moved to Boom Boom Room Singapore first.
Okay.
For 6 months.
Okay.
And then he invited me to do a cameo guest appearance.
Okay.
I wrote a small little skit.
Okay.
I mimed to I'm Too Sexy.
Oh yes, Right Said Fred.
Right Said Fred. It went down so well. The Boom Boom Room boss came out and asked me if I want to be Kumar's sidekick in Boom Boom Room.
Oh wow.
So I quit Happar and I joined Boom Boom Room Singapore.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Now with the explosion of my video and all that, and of course you have what do you call these trolls, right?
Yeah.
And then you compare me to Kumar.
Right.
And it's like, Kumar better. Then, and you know, when people tell you don't look at trolls.
Yeah.
But there was one lady, one that started, and then I actually went in and said something. I said, look, me and Kumar are very different. The only reason why our styles of comedy is same is because we came from the same block of club.
Of course.
Both of us were in Boom Boom Room. Our styles evolved from there.
Of course.
And of course Kumar is better. Kumar is good. But there shouldn't be a comparison among comedians.
Right,
it's like me comparing you with someone else.
Right.
Even though your styles may be similar,
of course,
your energy is similar.
Of course.
You're both separate person and both have have made it in their own respective country.
Understand.
Yeah, and he's always been my mentor.
Of course.
I will always say that if anything, he taught me comedy.
I understand.
And right now we even perform on the same stage together.
There you go. Yeah. So then how did that quickly move into what we know today?
Well, here's the thing. From Boom Boom Room Singapore, we were meant to open Boom Boom KL. Right. Kumar was supposed to come down. Okay. But he later on decided to stay back in Singapore. Okay. So I came down instead, which I think was, you know how they say it's fated?
Blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing in disguise. So that's when I exploded in KL. Okay.
What year was that?
Oh my God, this was 28 years ago lah, 1990. Here's the thing.
Oh wow.
Right now, Boom Boom Room in Lebo Ampang. Yes. Okay, it's now called the Go Down. Okay. It's an art space. Huh? Yeah, you can do events there.
Wow.
The only thing is you can't put in a disco there because the people from certain areas, I would not say up the Bukit, make noise lah. Okay. So I went to see the Go Down. Amazing. Everyone that went for the art show there was like, isn't this Boom Boom Room? Isn't it? And you know what's funny enough? What? The mama next to the Boom Boom Room. The uncle, I go and say hello. He still remembers me, no? Oh my God. He's like, Akka, taruh balik tu club lah. Taruh balik tu club, saya buka sampai pukul 5. Tu lah. And then like, mama come. Oh my God. Yeah, and that's amazing because, when that's the other thing also I want to take, especially if you're an entertainer or you've made it big, you're a star. Never forget the people who work alongside you. No, of course. And it's so amazing to see the guy still there. It's 28 years. Boom Boom Room was 1991, 1990, 1991, 92, like that.
But how did you know? How did you enter entertainment? Is my question. Like, okay, I know you did what was that called?
From Harper, I went to Boom Boom. From Boom Boom became Boom Boom KL. From Singapore to KL, and the rest.
No, but going back to you and your personality, how did you know that you were going to be this funny lady?
Okay, here's the thing. I was an ugly child. Right now, of course, I'm like hot, like my tit jokes everywhere, right? But I was really fat. I was ugly. I got pimple. I would have sunglasses the size of TV screen. My parents at that time will not buy you like Hello Kitty sunglasses. Or really, I look ugly.
Okay.
I mean, to a point, if I look at myself in the mirror, I wouldn't fuck myself too, you know? No, honestly, sorry. Hey, this one can.
You
No, really, I wouldn't fuck myself, you know? I'm like, yo, what is it? So I became a very odd, ugly teenager, and then at the age of after SPM, we didn't have money because my father passed away, right?
Okay.
So it was my mom, my depressive mom, me, and my younger sister.
Okay.
So I knew I had to work.
Right.
So I did all the odd jobs lah. I went from becoming a kindergarten teacher, then what do you call this, a clinic nurse. So while in the clinic nurse, after I got my SPM results, before I decided what I want to do, I opened up the newspaper and they were looking for performers. And I did a couple of plays in my school. I liked it.
Okay.
I did a couple of pantomimes in Ipoh, which I liked. So I'm like, let's try lah.
Right.
It's honestly, I was the least professional. I came in, I was 18.
Yeah.
I was fat. I was young, but they needed a fat girl to do the Jianzhang Kuro. Yeah. Because the other fat girl was Ko Cheng Man, and she had the bigger role because she was already a theatre celebrity.
I see.
So they were looking for all the on ground lah, the clowns. But okay, that's where you started. And honestly, I am very happy that I started there, because right now you can give me a mic, 500 people, I can bring 50 people up and do like audience participation, not any changes like you.
I mean, I've seen you do it.
So that's where I learned how to handle people.
Wow. So let's take a different twist. So, given all that you've done in 28 years of showbiz, do you have any regrets?
There was a moment in my life a couple of years ago. I wanted to quit entertainment altogether.
Okay.
I wanted to have a proper job. I was offered to open a eyebrow salon by my friend. So I was general GM for that. But it was a different feel altogether. Yeah. And I remember while opening that shop the night before, because we were having issues with the suppliers, and you know, it was a franchise, so certain issues. I was literally crying, and biting my nails. I've never been so unhappy. Right. I was stressed. And amazingly enough, 6 months after that, even though I wanted to stop totally, all my shows came. Oh, wow. It was just like God telling me that, no, you're not done yet.
Yeah, exactly. You're not done.
And amazingly enough, and you know, we never get this, but for 2 months after that 6 months of me doing this proper franchise, my jobs were like weekly. Okay. You know, like 2-3 shows a week, and you know that's uncalled for, especially for entertainers like us. You know, we do once a week, we thank God already. Exactly. I mean, like us lah, not you guys lah. You know, so it kind of like shows that okay, you're not done yet. Right. You know, and then I took it to the next level.
But so what keeps you going now? Like, I mean, you know, see, I can understand, because people, I mean, I'm not funny like you, but I try to be. You know, people think that, you know, it's easy doing what we're doing. I mean, yes, of course, the gift of the gab, yeah, we're blessed that way. I mean, I know you can relate to what I'm saying there. But what keeps you going?
Okay, there's a lot of structure involved in writing new jokes as well. I mean, you've interviewed Kueen, I'm sure the rest of the comedians. It's not easy. People presume that every year you can come up with a new 1 hour. It's so hard. Because it also depends, and for a woman it's different. Of course. Our assessment of how we write things is also different. We are all a little bit more emotional. We need to have the experience. Understand. So some people go traveling. And they use that as their new 1 hour.
Yep.
Some people get married, then they use that. Like Ali Wong, they get pregnant. If I get pregnant right now, even if it's immaculate conception, I'll say, Jiggee, come, let's shoot my, come gets pregnant video or something like that.
Understand.
But you use different parts of your, how would I say, experiences to get to your 1 hour. And sometimes within that 1 year, I took 2 years off.
Okay.
I did La La Land, which is the story about my life. That was 2 years ago. We went around KL. We went the whole of Malaysia, including Kuching and KK.
I remember that.
And it got sold out in a lot of places. I rerun it, it got sold out as well. So I know if I really want to do another one woman, it needs to top that. And topping that would mean I need to find new material that evokes not only your funny, your evokes the laughter, but also it need to be passionate, relatable, and emotional. Because that was a whole different journey. It wasn't like, hey, let's talk about, laptops for an hour and mindless things, But to each, everybody has their own style. So I decided for 2 years that I will concentrate doing other stuff. But after this, I will be writing, which means this year I will come up with my new one woman.
Understand? Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's been 2 years. But what's interesting also, last year I worked a lot with LOL events.
Yes.
I've started writing. I've started directing big shows, and they've given me their their trust to do that, and I love doing that. But I also realize people still want to see me. So no matter how much I take myself off from the production, I still need to be in it.
That sounds so much like I just finished the first 6 episodes of Kevin Hart's his
Irresponsible.
His Netflix show. It's like a docu-series. But he said a lot of that. Like on top of him acting, because he's become a big movie star as well.
Correct.
And then he said, but he still, when he went back on the Irresponsible tour, he's like, this is what I need to be doing as well.
Of course.
Comedy is where I began, and comedy is my...
The high that you get when you're on stage, remember, it's the same for you, I'm sure, when you're doing a good show, when you're acting.
Of course.
Nothing can replace that. Movies and of course series and everything else help push you to the international market, because not everyone can see you.
Yes.
Live.
Understand.
Okay.
Understand.
So if you want a global viewership, you need to do online.
Of course.
Yeah. But sometimes you need to go away and do all that, and then come back to say, yep, I want to be on stage.
No, and trust me, I know all about that, because I've said this many times, and people who know me well, I still MC because I use that to de-stress. It's the moment I get on stage, the magic happens, and that's, as you said, there's no taking that away, no matter what you do.
Correct.
For us who've made this, I guess this is what we do naturally, right? We've understood now that this comes naturally to us to some extent, or at least trying to be funny, and hopefully that people laugh. There's certain, it's when you get on stage and you do your thing, you walk away, and it's like that feeling is equivalent to that adrenaline rush of somebody who's, I don't know, bungee jumping or... that's how I look at it anyways.
This is our call. This is our, you can say this is our life drug, life drug. But also our calling, because look, you've been around for 20 years. I've been around for 28 years. If we are not even relevant, or we're not doing it right, why are we still here?
No, that's right. Correct.
We haven't become a has-been.
No.
Some people with entertainment especially, especially with actors and performers, the minute you're not around, the minute you go away for 3-4 years, go and have a children, go and this and that, you want to come back, it's a hit and miss.
It's not easy. And we've seen that the world over, you got the Hollywood scene, Bollywood scene, you got and then you got the Malaysia scene is still, I think Malaysia scene has finally come alive, if you ask me. If you look at it now, thanks to social media and thanks to technology, look at us, we're all benefiting from that. Do you know what I mean? Like what you started out 28 years ago, what I did, technically is my 22nd year from being a clown, but so much, but we're embracing it, and I love it. You're embracing it, you're loving it. So it's great that we're still able to stay relevant using today's medium.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the one. So we are actually blessed that we came of age. We're kind of like the earliest adopters of tech, lah. You know?
Yeah, earlier, we actually know how to do a Facebook.
We were all the guinea pigs, lah. Yeah, we're the guinea pigs of tech.
We are. Now we just get younger people to do it for us.
For me, okay, lah. No, I still love to get my beak wet, lah.
Yes.
You know. So what's next, though? Like, I mean, you mentioned you're writing another.
I'm writing another 1 hour. That will be towards the end. We are redoing. I wouldn't say reviving. We took a 2-year break because a lot of us wanted to do other things.
Yeah.
The all-female show that I produced about 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Supercam.
Okay.
So Supercam, we did Supercam 1, 2, 3.
Oh wow.
Then we took 2 years off because a lot of us want to explore other things.
Yep.
Me included.
Yep.
So this year we are coming back with a new female comic as well in our entourage.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So,
anyone I know?
She's from the Malay scene.
Oh.
And she recently won Miss Lawak.
Oh nice. Nice.
A girl from Kuching.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But she's very she's in her own path in the Malay market as well.
Right.
So the rest of the cast will be me, Charmaine Othman, her, and Bibi Kepo.
Oh nice.
Yeah,
Kepo.
And of course Zach, and we've kind of adopted Zach and Prakash as our MCs. So
Understand.
of course when
both
we
good guys. Both good guys.
And of course when we travel to Penang,
Yeah.
Kuching, and all that is a collective effort from all of us. And you will be able to see like half an hour new material, 100% new material.
Yeah. So what do you do for fun? Given the fact that you do all of this, I mean, I'm just curious. What do you do for fun?
I eat.
Oh, okay.
Why do you think I'm like this? I eat.
Okay.
I eat. I do. Oh, here's the thing right now. My daughter is 14.
Okay.
So, when you have children and you're trying to chase after, especially if you're in the entertainment,
Yep.
it's a bit hard because when they're younger and you have a lot of jobs, you need to leave for work,
True.
like weekends and all that. And sometimes it breaks your heart because you're leaving a 3-year-old, you're leaving a 4-year-old or 5-year-old. She's 14 now. So the nice thing about it, because, single moms, right?
Yep.
My daughter has been backstage in shows with me since she was 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So of course my maid will be there.
Okay.
Then they'll stay in the changing room with the iPad.
Yeah.
So she has seen all my shows and of course all the other productions. Like I just did one show in Penang in December.
Okay.
We took her along.
Okay.
And she can even tell so Auntie Charmaine did new joke. Okay, this Uncle Prakash new joke. Because she always asks like, is it going to be the same? Because she's seen everything.
Of course.
She's gone through routines. In other shows she sit outside. So she's 14 now. She can assess my shows a little bit better.
Of course.
Now she can understand.
Right.
And it's nice. And I feel that you need to bring them in and tell them that this is what. This is mommy's job.
Yep.
Like I have a corporate on Saturday in Penang.
Okay.
And because I know that I'm not spending that much time with her, so I told her, I said, okay, Saturday, you come to Penang with mommy.
Right.
So she comes, she carry my bag. It's free labor, Right now they can carry bag. They can do the trolley and zip me up. So I don't have to spend money on my PA to zip me up in Penang. We stay in a nice hotel for one night.
So y'all are close that way?
Yeah. You need to find time.
That's awesome.
You need to find time, but also when they are older, then they understand. And sometimes I feel if you bring them to your job, then they understand. So this is what daddy does.
Yeah.
This is what mommy does for 6 hours.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're more her friend now.
Yeah.
Which is good, right?
Yeah, which is good. Is good. You want to eventually do that, especially with Singapore, because you're not always there.
Understand.
And I think with the main thing about being a single parent is you always have that guilt complex.
No, I get it.
Yeah, you're never giving enough time to your family, to the your children are growing up like that. But what to do?
Yep.
Who's gonna earn money, pay for the maid and your laptop, right? Correct.
Heard that not? What's the name?
Jade.
Jade. You think not easy, The life you live, your mother have to go and talk on stage, talk about her tete, just to give you a living.
Yes.
I tell you. So okay, so you enjoy eating, but So I mean, what do you do to de-stress though? Okay, besides eating.
Once in a while, I go out with my friends. We go clubbing.
Phew.
But now because we're all like 40 plus, right? So we don't go to the one like the big one, in the one in town that has like 11 rooms or whatever.
How politically correct she is.
Yes.
Like we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I cannot. The kappa also like $25. So nowadays we try to look for places that we can get into and out, and it's not too loud. Because it's someone tua. It's like what? Why can I hear you? So once in a while I do that. I still like going to big raves, but but the issue right now, all my friends are old, right? So if that,
I want to go for Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that's one thing. I have a close need of friends that we are trying to do that. We are like, yes, we want to go to Tomorrowland and all that. I can always go with Andrew Neto.
That's true. The Joker's gone already, but monkey. Hey, Apu, you're coming on the show soon, huh?
Yeah, actually, she get. But like I went to It's the Ship.
Oh wow!
With they did also because of Andrew, so we did our very first comedy. They had their very first comedy in It's the Ship.
Nice.
They've always wanted to do it, but they don't know whether it's going to go well or not.
Yep.
Even for us, me, Charmaine, and another girl from Singapore, but she's Sri Lankan. She's a cancer survivor.
Oh wow!
And she's very clever, actually. Cancer survivor. She wrote her own material, and it's amazing because you go out there and say I'm a stage 2 cancer survivor, not once, twice.
Is she coming to KL again soon?
I'm gonna bring her down.
I want to interview her.
Supercar.
Can you keep me in? Keep me in mind.
I actually do want to bring her down, and I want to, especially in KL, get her to be in the middle to open up second set or something like that.
Yeah, because that's the land of my forefathers, I'm Sri Lankan.
Oh, is it?
The land of my forefathers lah.
They say Sri Lankan men are are very sensual. So I believe that. Her husband is very cute also. So anyway, but we got to talking. She's an amazing woman.
Okay.
But so when the show was 4 o'clock the next day, right? It's after the partying the night before Ben Mickey or la whatever. So they have a period where this time to this time there'll be no music.
I understand.
So people will be loitering around.
Right.
So I honestly thought that I'm just going to tell jokes to Charmaine. Charmaine will tell jokes to this girl. Then we'll just have Zach. There'll be nobody in the audience.
Yeah.
5 minutes before show supposed to start, the whole place was filled. People were sitting on the floor. We had about 150 to 180 audience. Like on the floor. And you would think that it would be all these Mat Saleh or China people.
Right.
Or there were a few China people, but they all understood English.
Okay.
A few of the white, the Ang Mo lah, because they follow the Asians, right?
Right.
But most of it was Singaporean and Malaysian.
Oh wow.
And it was amazing because we thought like, okay, should we do our international material? Because international material cannot do tete. I mean, cannot say tete or what lah.
They won't get it. Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you just have to educate them. Like, okay, breast is called tete.
Right.
But no, because they were Malaysian and Singaporean, so they got all the little thing like Hamsa,
all the innuendos lah.
Innuendo like Lanchiao. Okay. Things like that, like Kanina.
Oh my lord!
I'm just swearing all this, right?
That's fine.
Okay, yeah. So it was a great experience, and thank you, Andrew Neto, for that. So I think in life also is like every year you try and find new experiences. Yeah. So I'm just very lucky that the universe still gives me new opportunities.
So I mean, like, what turns you on? And I don't mean physically.
Oh, in that way, okay. Can I give you a type? Shall I give you the type? What do you call it? What turns me on?
In life, by the way.
Okay, in life, yes. For a minute, I was like, okay.
No, we haven't gone down that road yet.
You know what? Producing kick-ass shows.
Okay.
Amazingly as it may sound, I've produced quite a few number for myself.
Yep.
Under my own company.
Yep.
I've also helped produce. I wasn't the producer, but I helped LOL last year with a few production.
Yep.
Which creatively they give me full authority.
Nice.
Which I'm glad, you know.
Thanks Jack, thanks Rizal.
Yeah, thanks Rizal, thanks Rini. Yeah, so I'm on that path, and now that I know that I can do that, it's about creating new pieces and new production. And what's nice is it doesn't have to be just stand-up comedy. Because stand-up comedy is one.
Yeah.
You know, another theatre piece could be like, you know, like the one that I mentioned before, hint about the
yes
political situation in this country.
I think that will really be kick-ass.
Yeah. But in a funny way.
Of course.
Exactly like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. No, you know what? We need it. We so need it.
And what's nice is with every production, it's always a successful production.
Yeah.
So and you'd be surprised. You think, 1 year. Like I've planned out my whole 1 year plan already. I need to boost the next year because you can't keep productions. What do you call this? Similar productions too close together.
Understand.
And also, of course, I think LOL as well want to engage me for a few, so I need to put my calendar in order.
Understand.
And I think that's what makes it for me. Okay, if you're talking about job satisfaction, you're talking about what turns me on. This turns me on when I have ideas for a new show.
Understand.
And I always want to take it a little bit further.
Yeah.
You know, why can't we do this? I always ask that.
Yeah.
And because no one's doing it, so why if no one's doing it, why can't I do it? You know, and I think that in itself also I challenge myself.
Right. So it looks like you're still very much wired into what you're doing, is it?
I think you need to be.
Yeah.
I think if same as yourself, right?
Yeah.
If this is your path, you know, your ideas will just come.
Of course.
You know, and of course, you know, the fear is always what if it doesn't break. What if you and I've done productions where I owe people 20,000, 30,000.
Understood.
You know, because the production was so huge.
Right.
And you're like, okay, fuck, what do we do now? Because it's not like my kind of production is edgier. So I can't go and ask for perhaps like a big like Berjaya or whatever, or one of these big YTL companies to sponsor me because it's so how would I say, risque. You know, they always wonder, oh, let's do a musical about ABBA or whatever, you know, but I want to take it a bit edgier.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So when you do edgy stuff, people are less they don't, it's not that they don't want to sponsor you.
Yep.
It's hard to get sponsorship.
No, of course.
So a lot of times I do it with my own money.
Of course.
And I pray that I break even.
Understand.
And if I don't break even, that's when you come in and you guys offer me corporate shows.
No, I understand.
and I use all my corporate shows to pay, and that's how it is.
No.
But of course there needs to be a new way to do it. So maybe collaborate with people or something, you know. So but that's how it is. That's entertainment, you know. We're not lucky enough to get big sponsorships all the time because it's not like you're bringing Kevin Hart or whatsoever.
No, of course,
you know?
of course.
So when we want to do our own, you have to invest. You invest yourself first.
You've just said the same thing. So when I did my first season for my Jiggee Jon Show, you know, especially the first 7 episodes, I was doing it a little different style, and that's how Jason Leong and Kevin come in and all that. They saw the first style, and hey, that was self-produced, yeah. And you know, I was obviously trying to pitch the idea for the show for the last 2 years, and at the end of the day, I was like, you know what, hang it, I'm just gonna do it. And ever since then, 13 episodes deep for season 1, and then now season 2, you'll be coming on as our 3rd guest. You know, this has worked out really well because obviously it wasn't what I originally intended, but you know, the beauty of doing this on your own, you can just go with the flow.
Correct.
You know,
you go with your flow, you go at your own pace.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry so much about censorship.
No.
You know, and I guess it goes a different way. Like if when more viewers see this show and you're more into it, you know, and you get a wider range of audiences, that's when the sponsors will come.
And you know, even if they don't come, you know, I'm just happy that I'm able to tell stories because even with my first 20 episodes, I've had people literally and you know, just random people from like strange walks of life just come and say, you know what, thank you for doing that. Like I was just listening to that conversation with that person and it was inspiring, you know. So on that note, this is where, you know, I wanted to hear your story. It's like, what do you have to tell, you know, ladies out there, girls out there, you know, girl power, from a standpoint of, you know, you could, from a standpoint of comedy, that's one. From a standpoint of perseverance, that's number two. And just from a standpoint of like the fact that you have always been, you're very brave in what you say and do. And nobody has ever had a chance to tell you no. And I think that's a huge part of why, because I guess you remind me so much of, although technically Ali Wong is much younger than you.
Yes.
So you are actually way ahead of her in the game. But, you know, she kind of put herself out there and got herself big, right?
Well, you're in America. If this was America, I'm sure...
Easy. You know? Netflix would have roped you in a long time ago, right? But what I'm trying to say is the fact that you have stuck to your guns.
Yeah.
And so what would be your word of advice to just, you know...
I think a lot of women, especially single moms, this is to all the single moms, all right? It's not going to be an easy journey. You have to understand that. And I think if you end up, you know, being a single mom, all hope is not lost. Do not blame yourself for anything. And all this guilt about not being the perfect mother, not having the right home for your child, that's all society's bullshit. You do what you can. You know, you raise your daughter or your son the best way you can. And it doesn't have to be everyone's way.
I understand.
You know, don't listen to anyone, not even your siblings or your judgmental relatives, because that's going to be the number one. And then you get into relationships that are not, how would I say, does not benefit you just so, you know, you can have that normalcy. Sometimes the normalcy is not being normal. And with women, it's harder. Yes, we have to work 5 times harder to get the acknowledgement that we get. And even more so in entertainment as well. Of course. But the other thing is never be afraid to ask for help. You know, I've realized that there's something about egos that, you know, sometimes you need to manage.
Understand.
You know? And if you want to succeed, and if it's something that you feel that there's something holding you back, you know, ask for help. Genuinely. You know, you'll be surprised. People are willing to divulge their knowledge. They're willing to give you, you know, a guidance. And sometimes it's just having someone believing in you. You can do so much more.
There you go. Wow. Okay. So is there anything else you want to put out there? I mean, I think again, like, you know, because I think you really are a huge, for me, you are I think a huge icon of girl power in Malaysia, given the fact that, you know, you're really not the quintessential lady who will just take stick from anyone lah.
But also, you see, my life is kind of like quite open as well.
True.
But a lot of people, because I go up there, I tell dirty jokes, right? I tease corporate clients and all. So the public sometimes have this, of course, this hums up image of me, you know? And that's cool because it pays the bill. But there's always another side of me. I mean, like of course, with this interview you found out, I'm a very serious person. A lot of people realize when they talk to me in interviews, like, wow, you're actually quite serious and passionate and intelligent. I'm like, the tate jokes doesn't go for 24 hours, you know.
Understood.
But we need that. We need that to push for everything else. So there's always two sides of the coin, especially with entertainment people.
No, of course.
You know, and it's lucky that through some shows I'm able to show that to my audiences.
Understood.
And I'm glad that actually, you know, I do get a lot of hums up man fans, but I get a lot of female fans as well. And one thing which I'm very grateful for, and also older fans, you know, like all the auntie all love me, you know?
Oh my lord.
All the auntie, I tell you, I'm the newborn for senior citizens. Really. Oh, they don't know how to go into Pornhub, right?
Oh my god.
So they see my show lah.
Oh,
a lot of aunties like me, you know. And then some of them, there was one old lady, she's a nene, she brought her granddaughter. She said, I bring my granddaughter, see your show, learn about sex. That was the best. She tudung lady, you know, tudung lady.
Come on.
Yeah, she tudung and chewing gum.
Oh my word. So, you know, isn't that hilarious when you just hear that from everyday people who just tell you straight up that, you know, you are that source of, you know, whether it's entertainment or even inspiration or desperation. So, well, on that note, is there anything you want to leave the show with?
On that note, I would like to leave the show with no matter how old you get, don't forget that the best thing you can do for yourself is not to let yourself down.
Wow, power, huh? And then how about wrapping it up with one joke lah?
One joke. I told you so many jokes already.
Now the auntie in the tudung might be watching. Who knows? And she wants some advice for her girl. How her granddaughter? Mana tahu?
Okay, advice for the granddaughter. Well, okay. Let me check.
Make sure Jade also can listen on this one.
Okay, this is not my joke. This internet joke. Internet. Okay, I'm telling you internet joke.
At least she's straight up telling you
I tell you, but it's one of my favorite internet joke because I feel it's very prominent, and I always like to derive my other stuff from that.
Okay.
So internet joke, not my own joke. Okay, don't say I'm quoting my own joke. Okay. So I love this joke. Okay, because it sets the purpose for everything else.
Okay.
Okay. When it comes to men, okay. When you lay them right the first time, you can walk all over them in the future like floor tiles.
Oh lawa, yo. For those who don't understand, you can Google that.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joanne Kam, Malaysia's Queen of Comedy, a guest on my Jiggee Jon Show, and this is coming on season 2, our episode 3. Thank you so much, Joanne. And your Ahmad has brought you back to your kingdom.
Yes. Thank you, my Grab driver.
I know, the ultimate Grab.
I will put there 5 star.
Please do. So folks, tune in and enjoy the show coming on next week. And over and out. Yeah.